Welcome back to this week's mini clinic on practicing with a purpose. Today I'm going to introduce you to a game called 2-point golf. What we're going to do is we're going to stand behind the ball here, and this is a great game to do with a friend. But all we're going to do is we're going to describe the shot we want to hit. If you're at home saying, hey, I'm not sure what I'm going to hit, you understand you do have a consistent ball flight, all right? In other words, the ball's either going to be fading more consistently, or it might be a little pull, or it might be a push and a hook. Pushes and hooks, pulls and slices, those two go together. So in this case, I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna say, okay, I'm gonna hit a nice high ball flight, and we're gonna talk a little bit about that with a ball dropping left to right. So what I do is I jump in here, I set up. Here would be my normal setup. If I wanna hit it higher, I just move the ball slightly forward, tilt my spine slightly back. Now I'm gonna tweak the face open. That's gonna make it go a little bit higher and drop from left to right. Now, I just normal swing. It's a nice high ball flight with curving from left to right. So that's how we're gonna do that. You saw in that little segment there, I tweaked the face open. That's gonna make the ball go higher, it's gonna make it curve. I tilted my body. So the body motion, or your setup with your body, is gonna dictate the height of the shot. The club face will dictate the curvature. So as I go through here, now we're gonna hit a draw. So as I do this, the next shot that we're gonna play with my friend here is I wanna hit a low draw. So I see the shot, and we're kind of keeping track here. You get 1 point based on if you get the curvature correct. The second point is where if the ball lands or finishes at the proper spot. So in that case, I want it just left of the pin. This time I'm hitting a draw, so I want it to finish just to the right. Now we're gonna hit a low draw. So we're gonna do the exact opposite of what we did for a fade. So if my normal setup's here, I'm gonna aim my body a little bit to the right so it'll start right. I'm gonna move the ball back in my stance. That's gonna, remember, where my setup is, that's gonna bring the ball flight down. My weight is leaning forward here. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna tweak the club face closed a little bit. That's gonna, one, lower the flight, and it's going to make the ball curve from right to left. So I'm aimed to the right, weight's left, ball's back, closed club face, and a much lower ball flight. That's actually really good, but it just landed about a yard left of the pin. So in that case, the flight was correct. I get a point for that. I do not get a point for where the ball finished. So as you do this with a partner, you'll start learning how to curve the ball. You will be practicing with a purpose. And again, if you want to shoot and break 100, if you want to break 90, or you want to break 80, you even want to break 70, you must practice to that level. If you're just trying to break 100, hey, play a simple game where, hey, I want this a high ball flight and I want it to be left of the pin. Perfect. You know, if you want to start breaking 80, you've got to be able to curve the ball. So now we're trying to curve the ball. You might try to hit a high draw or a low fade. Those two don't always go together, so they will be more difficult, but how well can you reproduce shots depends on how well you practice at the range.